Hello and welcome. I'm Holly. Welcome to this practice where I'm going to help you ease away tight shoulders. Hi everyone and welcome. So we're going to work on ways to really target the shoulder area. If you're prone to getting really tight in the shoulders, even up into the neck, this is going to be really helpful for you. We'll look at ways of bringing your brain's attention to the area of the shoulders, not just to kind of create mobility, but to also build strength there as well. So let's start by coming to the ground. You might be on a mat or you might choose to sit on a chair. Either way is fine. And we're just going to take a couple of shoulder rolls first. So think about the two shoulder blades, squeeze them together and then pull them apart. So really get the movement from your shoulder blades. Don't think about your elbows and your arms doing the movement. Get the shoulder blades to squeeze together, pull apart, and then in the other direction. So thinking about facilitating that movement right from the shoulder blades. All different. Forwards, backwards, round, and loosen up there. Amazing. So making sure that you're comfortable in your seated position. We're going to take the arms all the way up into the air. And notice as you do that if there's a bit of flaring going on at the ribs. So if you can just lightly draw in at the ribs there just to settle. We're going to keep the right arm up into the air, but we're going to draw the left arm down now. So if I show you from the back there. From that position, you're going to keep the right arm lifted, left arm down, and start to bend at the elbows. Now, the key thing here is to not let your head drop forwards. So really keep the head still. We're not working on the neck here. We're working on just trying to mobilize through the shoulder joint. So keep the head still, bend at the elbows, and then we're going to clench at the fists and see if we can really engage and squeeze those fists there. So that's going to get the shoulders, the lats, all those muscles surrounding those shoulder joints starting to work as well, even into the back there. Good. Let's swap sides. So we're going to take left arm up, right arm down, gently bend at the elbows, clench at the fists, and release, swap sides. So you need to do this to begin with without actually touching the fists to your back. Keep the fists away from the back and engage by really clenching those fists and release. Switch sides. So we can work on the strength element of the shoulders and we can work on the stretch element. Both are important here if there's tightness. Good. And switch sides. Let's do that one more now. And switch. I'll show you again from the back. So I'm keeping my fists away from the back of my body, clenching the fists. And release. Roll out your shoulders. Perfect. So then you can start to work on the stretch element of exactly the same movement pattern. So we'll take right arm up into the air, left arm down. Bend at the elbows. And this time we can start to now actually either just hold the fabric of your clothing. So you start to feel that length all the way down through the front of the tricep muscle. Or if you've got it and it's accessible to you, you might even choose to actually start to interlace the fingers there. So maybe you feel that that's possible in your body, or just hold the fabric of your clothes. If you've got a strap to hand, you might choose to hold the strap. And then we'll switch sides. So left arm up, right arm back. Find your stretch here now. Again, making sure you're not dropping that head forwards. Keep the head nice and still. Maybe you choose to interlace fingers, or maybe you choose to hold the fabric of your clothes or a strap. Good. Let's do one more to each side. Switch sides there. Breathe. And switching to the other side. Breathe in. Good. And breathe out. Well done. Just roll everything out again through those shoulders. If you're not on your mat there, then slowly coming to find your mat. We're going to walk the hands forwards and bringing the hands now underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And just start by trying to look down at the hands here, making sure that your arms are straight here. And we're going to try to keep the arms dead straight. You're going to think about sinking your chest all the way through the arms. Now don't let this happen, don't let the elbows bend, keep the arms dead straight, and think about sinking so that your two shoulder blades squeeze together. You'll see them squeeze together, and then as you start to now push the ground away through your palms, feel the shoulder blades spread apart. So we're not doing this cat-cow pose, we're just working through the shoulders. So you're going to sink the chest through the arms, arms straight, and press the floor away. Spread and fan out across the shoulder blades. 2 more like that. So breathe, sink through the shoulders, push the floor away, spread the shoulders. Breathing here, again, take that gentle sink and press away. Good. Now I want you to find somewhere in the middle there that feels kind of like you're neutral. You're not sinking too much, you're not pushing too much. You're somewhere in the middle that feels nice and strong for you and stable. And then from there, walk your hands forwards, keeping your knees directly underneath your hips. Let your chest lower to the ground or where you can. And then forehead can come to the ground there. So at the moment you've got your elbows lifted. Let's come right up onto the fingertips and imagine there's almost like a tennis ball beneath your palms, and actively press into the fingertips here. So we want to sort of see by that extra press sensation if there's any more engagement going up the arms and into the back. Notice how that feels there. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Good. From there, we're going to lower the elbows. We're going to take the hands into prayer, but then take the fingertips up towards the sky. Similar again, we're going to ease the palms apart. So it's like there is a tennis ball between the palms, but really press those fingertips firmly together. And now anchor your elbows down. Press firmly into your elbows into the mat. And notice how that feels into your shoulders. Down into the lats, those big muscles that span from your shoulders to your spine. These are key players in really supporting your shoulders. And with the shoulders being heavily encased in lots of muscle, it's so important that we get them strong, but also lengthened. So we're actively pressing down, getting those triceps in this lengthened position, but engaging at the same time. So press down, take another deep breath in, and exhale. Gently release there. Amazing. Slowly come back up to that all fours position. Notice how it feels. Already you've worked them a fair amount, so it might feel quite a lot of effort there in the arms. So we're going to nice and slowly from there step the right foot forwards into a nice low lunge position. Take it quite wide, although we're focusing on the shoulders, we still can get an element of stretch into the front of the hip. If we just keep the foot quite wide, so we're not on a tight robe, so we can really focus on the upper body as well here. We're going to repeat what we did before. So we're going to take the right arm up into the air, left arm beside us, bend at the elbows, and then clench at the fist. Take a breath in. Exhale, release, switch side. Left arm lifts, right arm down. Breathe here, bend at the elbows, clench the fists. And exhale, release, adding on. Breathe in, reach the right arm high. Exhale, bend. This time interlace fingers or hold the fabric of your clothing or your strap. And then lean your head back into your arms. Lift up from the front body, take a deep breath in. Good, and then exhale to release. Switch sides, inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale to bend, let's find the bind or just holding the close as before. Breathe and lift through the chest. And exhale to lean back. Breathe. And breathe out, amazing. Let's slowly take the left hand to your left hip, right knee bent. Take your right hand all the way up into the air and gentle exhale to take a side bend here. So you're getting all into the side of the waist there, If it's the morning, it can feel pretty tight this time, nice and early. So just ease into it slow. Anchor through your feet, anchor the back foot, the front foot. Breathe in. And then breathe out. You're going to start to just work on slowly straightening that front leg just as much as you can. Walk the hands slightly to the diagonal. So this is to the left diagonal, the opposite direction of your right leg there. So we're combining a bit of a hamstring stretch there. But walking those hands wherever you want to go. You could even sort of take the upper arm off the floor slightly. Again, we get into that side waist there. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'll show you from the front there so it's a bit clearer. And walking over to the side. Take a deep breath in. And release. Perfect. Bringing yourselves back to that all fours position. Stepping that left foot through to the top of your mat now. Again, a nice wide stance there. Relax through the back foot so we anchor into the lower body. And then taking the left arm up into the air, right arm down. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend the elbows, head still, but clench the fists, keeping them away from the back of the body. And release. Let's switch sides. Right arm lifts, breathe in. Bend through the elbows, clench at the fists, pause, breathe. And exhale, release. Let's add on. So inhale, left arm lifts. Right arm there, and then bend the elbows if you can find your connection at the back body or your fabric of your clothes. Let's press through the ground, but then inhale, lift your gaze, draw your head back through space. You might even lean slightly onto that upper arm. Breathe and breathe out, switch sides. Right arm lifts. Left arm down, and then exhale, bend the elbows, find your connection there. Lengthen through that upper tricep muscle, and then breathe in, lift the heart. Exhale, lean back into that upper arm there. Head draws back, anchor through the feet, breathe in. And breathe out. Nice, slowly release there. You're going to work towards lengthening out that left leg now. And then walk the hands forwards, coming into this half splits hamstring stretch there. Similarly to what we were doing with the kind of clenching of the fists and engaging, you could actually press firmly down through your left heel here to really get some engagement and length into that hamstring. Now we'll walk the hands to the diagonal, the opposite direction to the leg. Again, you could start to just lift that left arm off the ground maybe and reach a little bit there so you get that side bend a little bit more. Let me show you from the front again. Walking over to the diagonal and reaching. Good. Breathe there. Inhale. And exhale, lovely. Let's start to release, start to bend that knee, slowly make your way up. Right hand to right hip, inhale, left hand to the sky. And then exhale, take that side bend over to your right side. So lots of length all the way into your left side now. Breathe in, breathe out, anchor through your feet, take a deep breath. And exhale, release. Amazing. Bring the hands to the ground. Gonna start to now tuck your toes under. Hands maybe about just one hand distance in front of your shoulders. Spread the fingertips, hands shoulder width apart, and lift your knees into a downward facing dog pose. Now, downward facing dog can feel different for so many people, so it's really important that you find the way that works for you. And what can be quite good in downward dog is to really just explore different degrees of rotation in your shoulders for you here, particularly if you do get tightness into the shoulders. Don't feel like there's just a one size fits all when it comes to downward dog. Explore maybe taking the hands wider. Explore maybe turning the degree of the angle of your hands to see how that feels. Can you think about internally rotating your shoulders or externally rotating? If you can imagine that your two palms, you can come down to your knees for a minute if you need to. Imagine your two palms are holding onto two jar lids, like jam jar lids. And what you're going to try and do there is imagine that as you hold those lids, you're starting to either open those lids or close those lids. And that action that you create, so you're not physically moving the hands, but you're kind of getting that action onto your mat and the grip. That action is then going to take a spiral up through your arm and then going to get that rotation through the shoulder. And this is where you can explore in your body which way works for you. Okay, some days it changes and you might be like, okay, yeah, that internal rotation helps today. That eases things for me. Or that external rotation, okay, that gives me space. So really just explore it in your body. If you're not there, come back into downward dog. Let's take 2 breaths, finding the right pose for you. Maybe a softness in the knees helps. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Nice. Let's start to tiptoe our feet forwards, a bit more to the center of our mat. Feet about hip distance apart, and then walk your hands in towards your toes as well. Let the knees be soft. Maybe there's a gentle sway here from side to side. And you can take a hold of each elbow if that works for you, or you might prefer to keep elbows onto thighs if you want to keep your back more straighter. But if you can, maybe just let your arms hang freely here. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. And then we're going to roll our spines up. So let the arms just gently relax all the way down. Soften through the knees and start to stack your spine bone by bone to come all the way up to stand. Unravel those shoulders. Amazing, and breathe. Just a few final things here to get you going now for the rest of your day. Hopefully with your shoulders feeling a little bit better. We're going to take a breath in. We're going to soften the knees a little bit and reach all the way up to the sky. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forwards, but reach the arms back and behind you. Now we're going to take this 2 more times. So press into the feet, breathe and rise up, reach up. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold, reach the arms back and behind. Press into the ground, inhale, rise up. And then this time as you exhale, fold, hinge all the way forwards. We'll pause now, and if you can, interlace the fingers behind your back. Draw your shoulders back. Maybe your heart lengthens forwards. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Amazing. Release the hands behind your legs. Roll your spine all the way up. Unravel your shoulders. Shake it out. And you're done. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy. Thank you for coming.